Feudal Japan was already a land of bloodshed, honor, and warriors, bound by ancient codes. But what happens when a hunter from another world crashes into that chaos? Enter the Ronin Predator, a lethal Yautja unlike anything we've seen before. He doesn't just hunt. He stalks like a ninja, strikes like a samurai, and vanishes like a ghost. Armed with alien tech tailored for silent killing, this predator turns the art of war into something almost mythic. Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master. In this video, we'll uncover the full origin and anatomy of the Ronin Predator, from the deadly weapons hidden in his gauntlets to the terrifying design of his tusked mandibles. Whether you're a longtime Predator fan or just discovering the killer beauty of Killer of Killers, you're in for a wild, blood-soaked deep dive. Let's step into the shadows, where the real hunt begins. Setting the stage, Feudal Japan, the perfect hunting ground. The Ronin Predator appears during the Sengoku period, a time of unrest and rebellion in Japan. Civil wars rage, samurai serve lords with shifting loyalties, ninjas operate in the shadows, serving as assassins and spies. The land is soaked in blood and honor-bound combat, the perfect arena for a Yautja looking for sport. Here we meet two brothers, Kiyoshi and Kenji. One is a samurai, the other a ninja. Once close, their bond has been shattered by a brutal duel years earlier that left Kenji scarred, both emotionally and physically. He returns for vengeance, leading to a rooftop clash that sets the tone for what follows. As the two brothers fight, their actions are being watched, not by a rival clan or hidden army, but by something much more dangerous. The Predator arrives, silent but deadly. Without warning or ceremony, the Ronin Predator drops into the scene. He doesn't bother cloaking. He doesn't need to. He comes out swinging. Literally, he moves like a ninja, but hits like a wrecking ball. He hunts in silence, yet every move he makes echoes with dread. Unlike most Yautja, who rely heavily on cloaking and plasma tech, this one prefers blades, stealth, and precision. He's leaner than the usual predators we've seen, and that agility makes him far more dangerous in close quarters. Weaponry. Breakdown. Tools of the Ronin Hunter. Let's start with the weapons, because this predator came loaded with some of the most creative and deadly gear we've seen so far in the franchise. The hooked chain. This isn't just a tool for dragging prey. It's part grappling hook, part chainsaw. It launches from the wrist gauntlet, splits into 3 serrated ends on impact, and then tightens with a grip that can rip muscle from bone. When pulled back, it shreds anything in its path. It's as much psychological warfare as it is physical, and it's not indestructible, which becomes key in his final battle. The T-Spear. At first glance, this looks like a standard Yautja spear, but once it hits flesh, the tip rotates and expands outward into a T-shape. One strike becomes a multi-directional tearing wound, leaving the victim immobilized or dead in seconds. It's efficient, brutal, and uniquely tailored for hand-to-hand assassinations. Shuriken grenades. Think Smart Disc meets Ninja Star. These exploding blades are thrown with deadly accuracy, slicing through armor and detonating shortly after impact. Kenji's genius moment comes when he catches one midair, sneaks it onto the chain weapon, and sends it back up the line, right into the predator's face. Twin wrist katanas forget short wrist blades. This Yautja wields dual, katana-length swords attached to his forearms. They're retractable, razor sharp, and perfectly suited for the fast, up-close fighting style of Feudal Japan. They cut through steel and bone like it's parchment. Predator without cloak, a bold choice. Most predators lean heavily on their cloaking devices to create fear and mystery. Not this one. The Ronin Predator almost never cloaks. He doesn't need to. He blends into the darkness, moves like a shadow, and strikes with such speed and violence that his lack of invisibility becomes a statement. His entire aesthetic feels like a tribute to the samurai and ninja culture, a Yautja that has spent years studying this time and place. His armor resembles ornate plating. His movements mimic traditional martial arts. This is a hunter who respects the art of the kill. Stealth King. Outsneaking a ninja Kenji is a trained ninja. Stealth is his thing, but even he is outmatched by the Ronin Predator's ability to move undetected. The The predator never speaks, never taunts. He simply appears when he wants to and vanishes when he doesn't. He uses natural cover, rooftops, sound suppression, and even battlefield chaos to keep himself invisible without tech. This makes every appearance feel sudden and shocking. The predator becomes myth-like. The villagers believe a demon is hunting them, and in a way, they're right. Anatomy and physical modifications. What sets this predator apart isn't just his weapons, it's his body. His anatomy is altered in small but significant ways. Reinforced mandibles. Unlike other Yautja, the Ronin Predator has tusk-like mandibles that jut forward aggressively. They're not just for show. They could be used in close combat. These hardened spikes make him more beast-like and evoke ancient demon masks from Japanese folklore. Sleek body build. He's leaner, faster, and more agile than other predators. His design prioritizes speed over brute force. This isn't a tank like the Grendel King. He's a scalpel, not a hammer. His armor is lightweight but durable, allowing him to dart across battlefields, climb walls, and leap across rooftops. Helmet design. His helmet looks more like a traditional Oni mask than standard predator gear. Sharp lines, intimidating teeth, and glowing eyes all contribute to a design that terrifies his prey and honors the aesthetic of the time period. It may also function differently than standard Yautja masks, focusing more on sensory enhancement than tactical overlays. Psychological warfare and ritual combat. One thing fans love about the Yautja is their adherence to ritual. They're hunters, but they have rules. The Ronin Predator follows that same code. He doesn't slaughter indiscriminately. He picks his targets based on strength. He tests Kenji and Kiyoshi, making them fight to prove themselves before engaging. In many ways, this predator treats combat like a ritualistic duel. He bows before one final confrontation. He chooses melee over ranged weapons. He respects strength and punishes cowardice. It makes him more than a monster. It makes him a judge. Final battle. Intelligence versus instinct. The Ronin Predator is eventually outsmarted, not overpowered. Kenji, using his ninja training and tactical thinking, lures the Predator into his own chain weapon and detonates a shuriken grenade. It's a callback to the Predator's hubris and perhaps a sign that he underestimated human cunning. Even in death, the Predator leaves a lasting impression. His blood, glowing and vibrant, paints the trees. His body remains a trophy in itself. And for Kenji and Kiyoshi, the encounter marks a turning point. Their feud dissolves in the wake of this shared trauma. Cultural impact. The Predator as a myth. Within the context of the story, villagers whisper of a demon, a being that strikes without warning, that takes heads and vanishes into the night. The Ronin Predator doesn't just kill, he becomes legend. It's easy to see how stories of yokai, demons, and cursed spirits may have stemmed from encounters like this. The concept of predators in different timelines and cultures has been explored before, but never with this level of detail and respect for the setting. The Ronin Predator is a fusion of Yautja brutality and Japanese tradition, a new kind of killer with old-school flair. Could he beat the other predators? Now for the fun question, could the Ronin Predator hold his own against the Grendel King or the cybernetic predator? Against the Grendel King, it'd be a challenge. The king is massive, brutal, and armored like a fortress, but the Ronin has speed, stealth, and precision. It'd be like watching a ninja fight a sumo wrestler. Not impossible, but it would take every ounce of strategy. Against the cybernetic predator, that might be a closer match. The tech enhancements could outpace the Ronin's blade-based combat, but again, his unpredictability might give him the edge, especially if he could exploit weaknesses in the cybernetics. But against humans, the Ronin Predator is almost unbeatable. Few can match his agility, cunning, and sheer killing efficiency. Our nerdy thoughts. The Ronin Predator is a standout in the Killer of Killers anthology, not just because of his setting, but because of how perfectly his design and philosophy match the era he hunts in. He's more than just another alien brute. He's a blend of code, culture, and chaos. By combining ancient Japanese aesthetics with futuristic killing tools, the Ronin Predator represents a new frontier for the franchise, one where every culture and time period could give birth to a unique Yautja encounter. And honestly, if we got an entire movie just about this guy, we wouldn't complain. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button and subscribe for more Predator lore, breakdowns, and analysis. And remember, if you hear something in the shadows, it might not be a ninja. It might be something far worse. Stay stealthy, and we'll see you in the next one.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.